Welcome along, everybody. We are on Premier League duty this afternoon for the watch along, and I get to watch Ipswich Town, and they're up against Manchester United, and not just Manchester United, but Manchester United with a new manager. The biggest story in English football this weekend has been following Ruben Amorim, and we're going to do exactly that today. Get involved in the comments, say hello. We're going to be here for the next couple of hours, and we are simulcasting today. We're also going down the Blue Monday channel. If you're over there, give us a shout out, and I will be on Blue Monday at 8:30 tonight. Not the usual 8 p.m. start for Blue Monday tonight. We'll get Dave and Joe's take on the game, and I can go blow by blow through it right now. Let's say some hellos in the chat to Gary and John and Lucy and Lee and Liam and Ashley. I was going to say, Ashley, what are you doing? You're in the ground, aren't you, mate? Adam, Sammy Starboy, of course. There we go. Sounds good to me. Kieran, what a game this will be. Fingers crossed. Let us know how the weather is over in Ipswich. I don't know if you lot have been struggling with some very high winds and storm Bert. Welcome, Dave. Welcome, Roaster and Adam. Great result at St Mary's. So that has a good point, Adam. That has just finished. Premier League ticks along on Sunday, doesn't it? And it wasn't looking very good for Ipswich down at the bottom. Southampton were winning at one point and looked like it could be an absolutely sort of killer weekend because Fulham had a great, Wolves had a great result at Fulham yesterday. So the tide is rising a little bit at the bottom of the Premier League. If you would be so kind to indulge us early on in the proceedings with a like spike. We have already had 15 people. Do you know what? I'm going to like it myself. There you go. 18 people have now liked the stream. If you could all hit thumbs up at the same time, that's a massive help. You've got 11 seconds to do it. Let's go for a like spike. So focus on the channel today is on the Premier League. So we'll just have a quick little look through the Premier League results this round. You can see it was Leicester 1, Chelsea 2. Leicester losing is helpful to Ipswich. Bournemouth 1, Brighton 2, Arsenal 3, Forest 0. I think that was 4th versus 5th going into the weekend. Villa 2, Palace 2. Another good result for a struggling team there. Palace going to Villa, getting a point. Everton 0, Brentford 0. Great result for Wolves. Look at that. Fulham 1, Wolves 0. Man City 0, Tottenham 4. I'll just say that in a quizzical voice and not comment. And it says 2-2 there. Footmob's got a bit of a lag going because the game obviously ended 3-2. There you go. It's just updated as I've clicked the button, which is great for Liverpool up at the top of the Premier League table. It was looking very nice for Southampton and not very nice for Ipswich Town down at the bottom of the table. Let's have a look. We'll have one little scroll up to the top where Liverpool, look at that, my God, 8 points clear in 12 games. You really got to be going on and winning the title from that point, although Man City are Man City, aren't they? And we know they're capable of winning 12 on the trot at some point. But it's down at the bottom where we're most interested. And there is the narrative. So Southampton still have only picked up points in 2 of their games. They've lost 10 out of 12. Look, that's double the amount of Ipswich in there and 4 more than Crystal Palace, who are still in the bottom 3 despite that good draw up at Villa. An Ipswich win, my God, look at that. Would take them tied with Everton today. It would take them above Leicester and 5th bottom. If Ipswich would win by a lot of goals, they would even overtake Everton on goal difference. But yes, we'll talk about the likelihood of that happening when we get into the predictions. Manchester United are in 12th spot. Have Manchester United managed to go up a place without playing? I think they might have, haven't they? Is that that might be? Someone confirmed that for me in the chat. Yeah, I think Bournemouth's goal difference has gone down 1, which means Manchester United have very helpfully for them moved up a place without even kicking a ball this round, but all very, very tight down at the bottom. And I should, give Wolves their flowers. Look at that. Out of the bottom 3, and Jamie Redknapp was talking about it in his piece with Kieran McKenna, back-to-back wins down at the bottom. I mean, Yeah, that just does you the world of good in the relegation picture, doesn't it? And Wolves have done back-to-back wins. Ipswich may be hoping to do exactly the same thing. Steve Cooper sacked by Leicester. Are you kidding me? Has that actually happened? I might need to just open up Twitter on here. Has that literally happened just now? That is utterly, utterly incredible if Cooper has been sacked already after 12 games. Sorry, I'm just opening up my... Cooper has been fired. My God, that is utterly, utterly incredible news. Well, I'm very, very shocked by that. It's literally just happened. It says 13 minutes ago on Twitter, as the comment from Liam down there, and people are confirming it in the chat, says, that's crazy. Unless they've got something that they really want completely lined up and ready to go. That sounds really crazy to me. Leicester, obviously, big departure with Maresca going in the summer, promotion, some FFP issues. I think there was a soft embargo, wasn't there, from the EFL up to the Premier League. Looked like they were going to get deducted points, but that didn't happen. We've been over that chapter and verse. I'll say no more. Bit of a lucky break there for Leicester. But now they've sacked Stevie Cooper. Interesting. Very, very interesting. That is indeed wild. Matt, they want Ruud van Nistelrooy. My God. What's my opinion? Okeke, if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry if I've butchered your name. I'm pretty surprised by that. Really like Steve Cooper in the Championship with Swansea and with Forest. Did really well for the England rep teams as well. Didn't he? Won a tournament with Foden and Gibbs White and Hudson Odoi, I think, players of that nature. Managing England. Did a great job with Forest when basically had to sign a whole new squad because they had so many loan players and contracts expiring as they got promoted up to the Premier League. I know he can be a bit pragmatic, kind of a counter-attacky manager, but I don't know. I don't know what the long-term play there is from Leicester. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But what do I know? If Leicester pull away from the bottom and they get a nice bounce from a new manager, then we'll all say what a sensible decision. Paul Hurst in talks with Leicester. Yeah, he's free box, isn't he? Sacked by Shrewsbury earlier in the week. Hopefully not Mark Robbins to Leicester. Very, very similar part of the world. That would be controversial, wouldn't it? Given a little bit of needle between those two clubs. Give me your thoughts. Steve Cooper sacked by Leicester. Bit of a surprise, that. Bit of a surprise to me. Get your thoughts in the comments. As I try and swig some of my drink and talk at the same time. Right, so we have a look at the team lineups for Ipswich versus Manchester United. Give me your takes in the chat. Right, let's get into this game then. And it's been a bit of a guessing game, really, hasn't it? Because everyone kind of thinks they know what formation Ruben Amorim, who's just appeared on my screen, is going to play. He's got a very healthy, dark beard. No grey like that in his beard. Must be younger and healthier than me, put it that way. But we now have confirmed the team that Ruben Amorim is going to play. But me being me, I'll do the Ipswich team first. Should we make that a little bit bigger so you can see that? Get me your thoughts in on these 11s. Aro Muric in goal for Ipswich. Bit up and down. He's tended to either be very good or a little bit of an alarm bell. So hopefully he can have a good game for Ipswich today. And importantly for Ipswich, Axel Tuanzebe, who is, of course, a former... that's not me going to the toilet in the background. That is me pouring a cup of tea. Don't you worry about that. Axel Tuanzebe, a former Manchester United player who's been pretty solid as a good free signing, hasn't he, for Ipswich, and actually gives a lot more Premier League experience than, you know, players who've come through from League One at Ipswich can give at the back there. Dara O'Shea and Cameron Burgess starts at the back. Remember, Jacob Greaves, we wondered whether he might be back. The expensive signing, if you're a Championship club, from Hull City. It's been out injured, but they've not rushed him back in for this big game against Manchester United. Leif Davis, of course, plays at left back. Interesting one this. Sam Morsey and Jens Kajust in central midfield. Calvin Phillips, I assume we're going to look down at the bench and find him there and say he is available. Kajust keeps his place after he played against Spurs last week and Ipswich got the victory. Wes Burns is in down the right-hand side. Obviously, Ogbene out for the season, which is not great news for him or for Ipswich as a whole. Sammy Smodics has been in decent form down the left-hand. Few goals from him, overhead kick goal. Amari Hutchinson in the 10. Remember, there is the option for Ipswich during the game to move Hutchinson out to the right-hand side and try somebody else in the 10. But the name on everybody's lips is Ruben Amorim. But the name on everyone's lips as it pertains to Ipswich Town is Liam Delap, who's been in brilliant form, hasn't he? For a team struggling down towards the bottom of the table with one win, for Liam Delap to have 6 goals and 7 goal contributions is very, very impressive. Great start by Delap, who's very young, physically very, very good, and looks just to be an excellent signing for Ipswich. Get your thoughts in via the comments, and I will just do the bench real quickly. Is Calvin effing Phillips on there? He is not. He's injured, according to FootMob. That's interesting. Okay, that gives a little extra wrinkle to the Jens Kajust selection there. Walton, Townsend, Clark, Wolfenden, Chaplin, Taylor, Luongo, Al Hamadi, and Clark. And when you look at that bench, that is a League One bench. Apart from Jack Taylor came in the Championship, didn't he? So did Ali Al Hamadi. Jack Clark has come in this season. Kind of Townsend. Maybe I'm stretching a point there, but it feels like really only Clark, maybe Chaplin can have a big influence in an attacking sense off the bench there. So we will see. Comments. Christine joining from Virginia, wearing a Ipswich Town hat as well. So very pleased to have you here. Matt, have the other results. We were speaking to Matt, by the way, on Tuesday. So he'll be across this with me on Tuesday on the Premier League check-in podcast. But Ipswich in a must-not-lose position today. Ipswich have been in a lot of must-not-lose positions this season, given the lack of wins. And yeah, the other results haven't helped. Swansea 2, Leeds 2. We have an equaliser for Leeds United in the Championship. Swansea 2, Leeds 2. Let me know if you're across that. Welcome, Aaron, who's probably in the stadium, knowing him. Adam gives, I assume he's talking about Ipswich and the firing of Steve Cooper. Well, maybe I agree with that. Yes, did I see the Harry Kane goal? No. I heard, who did I hear talking about it? Gary Neville. Yesterday, Ipswich overdue first home win of the season. I mean, that would be just lovely, wouldn't it? Hey, let's have a look at this Manchester United team then that's been discussed all week in the wider kind of football media. It's always a big story. Manchester United, isn't it? There is the team. Feast your eyes on that. Onana in goal, who you would assume that's going to be regular, whatever's happening managerial-wise. We think it's going to be the fabled 3-4-3. We know Darlow can play at fullback, can't he? But FootMob have it up there as De Ligt. Johnny Evans. How old is Johnny Evans? Let me click on him there. 36. What a career, hey? Sorry, did I say De Ligt, Evans, and Dallow across the back? Wing backs there, which we think are going to be very, very important in terms of Amorim's system. Mazraoui is the left wing back, and Ahmad Diallo, who I've covered plenty, absolutely beaten up on the Championship. God, when he was on loan at Sunderland, he was incredible in the in the Championship, and he's in the 11 for Manchester United in the first game for the new managers. That bodes well for him becoming a regular under Ruben Amorim. Casemiro and Eriksen. I mean, the first thing you would suggest there in central midfield is they don't have much legs, do they, Manchester United? I'm sure they won't be the only two players who end up in that area of the pitch, but surely if you're Kieran McKennie, you're pointing that out and you're going to try and squish the game there and run all over. I think they're both 32, aren't they? Casemiro and Eriksen are quality players, but, maybe not as sprightly as they once were in their careers, put it that way. And then look at this quality up front. This is where the difference is, isn't it? Look at that. Fernandes, Garnacho, and Rashford. So could be very, very strong up top, Manchester United. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Have a look at the Manchester United bench as well. And Bayinde, Shaw, Malacia, Mainu, Ugarte, Mount, Anthony, Xerxes, and Højlund. Oh, my goodness me. That's the deal. Obviously, as an Ipswich fan, you read through those names and you're like, oh, a lot of expensive players on the bench. But, guys, there's a reason Manchester United have just fired their manager, because they've not been very good. And all of these expensive players haven't, been sort of transmitted into a decent team, frankly, which is why they're 12th. And it's a gross underperformance for the money that's been spent. And the other point I guess you'd make is they're playing away in the wind and the rain with the world watching against a team that's been winning for a couple of years. Maybe not the last 11, 12 games, but you would imagine in terms of patterns and play and familiarity, Ipswich would have an edge there, but it's pretty much the only edge they've got. Get your comments in. Yeah, Leeds just equalised. Let me just give you a goal score. I could do with checking up on that. I need to know all about that before I speak to Sam Parkin for the predictions tomorrow. So it's 2-2. Own goal, in fact, by Ben Cabango. Darling had given Swans the lead. Solomon had equalised. Cullen right on the stroke of half-time, or deep in stoppage time. A Cabango own goal has brought Leeds United level. Christine, on the whole, I see Man United side is inconsistent. Well, amen. That's why the manager has been fired. So I'd agree there. Liam, we beat Spurs. We can beat this lot. Well, you tell me. The Spurs went to Man City and won 4-0. Explain that. Although Man City did beat Ipswich. Was it 4-1 or 5-1? 4-1 at the start of the season, wasn't it? Lots of games going round my head. This is ours. If our defence stays solid. Fair comment. Yeah, fair comment. Difficult to do against Garnacho, Rashford, and Fernandes. Ipswich can do it. Coventry did 4-3. Well, yeah. If it weren't for a toenail offside and a pretty interesting looking VAR call. Put it that way. Will I have a live timer for the game? Yes. John, warm southwesterly wind blowing us to victory. We shall see indeed. Shall we play for the golden ticket? Let's do it right now. We are playing for the golden ticket here with Beer 52. I'll tell you the prize, but what you need to do right now, if you're in the comments, I need the first goal scorer and the correct minute. And I'll kick us off with what I really don't want to happen. So I will say Rashford in the 5th minute, because I desperately don't want that to happen. That would be my guess for the golden ticket. Rashford in the 5th minute. I need the first goal scorer and indeed the correct minute. Get your guesses in right now. Remember, normal rules apply. If you put the player down and they score an own goal in the correct minute, I will give that one to you. That'll be fine. We'll give you that even if it's an own goal. If we are talking minutes that are in stoppage time after half time, you need to say 45 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. For example, if the first goal goes in minute 48 and the second You've put 48. That doesn't class as 45.3. You know what I'm trying to 45 plus 3. And what you can win over there, if you are correct, is a nice crate of beer 52. Get you the golden ticket code off the back of this, and I'll send you a free crate of beer. Keep those guesses coming in. Guys, lovely deal that. You can pick up our normal deal on Beer 52, www.beer52.com/bloom, www.beer52.com/bloom. In that instance, you will get the case for free, but you've got to pay the postage, £5.95 there. Why not have a play on the golden ticket and see if you can win it for free? And I'll just send it to you for free. But you've got to get the first goal scorer in the correct minute. What have I gone for? Rashford, 5. Right, can someone shut it down for me in the chat, please? And any guesses after the first person to write shut down in there will not count, okay? We'll wait for someone to write shut down. Thank you, guys, in the chat. Apologies if you have just missed that. If you're after Lee and Kieran saying shut down, your guess will not count. Let's have a little looky here. Rashford, 13 from Callum. Similar guess to mine. There is the great Simon Milton, although they're probably looking at some Manchester United in the director's box there. Smudix, 21. Love that. Rashford, 18. Delap, 2. Go on, Joshua. Delap, 3. Go on, Dave. Delap, 3. Well, you'll have to split that one between you because look at that. 422 for both of them. Delap, 24. Smodix, 22. Delap, 22. Bruno, 31. Delap, 24. Smodix, 7. There's my guess there. Rashford, 5. Garnacho, 45 plus 2 from Kieran. Delap, 7. Garnacho, 42. There we go. Smodix, 9. I think you got that just in time, Mark. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Golden ticket. If someone can manage them in the comments during the game and let me know if we get any claims, scroll back up and check. Do you know what? Someone missed out, Andre Gray, on Friday night by 1 minute, I think. Is that right? Is that how close it was? I think it was like, did Gray score in the 9th? No, it wasn't Gray, was it? It was Vacuum Bio. Gray scored for Plymouth, obviously, a couple of goals. Sorry, someone missed Bio by 1 minute for Watford on Friday night. Right, guys, are you ready for predictions? I am behind the curve here. And we'll do predictions in just a sec. Let me just tell you what the poll on the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel community tab said. Let's have a look and see how the voting went. And it went, if you can see that on the screen there, pretty heavily in Manchester United's favour there. You can go and vote if you want. Right now, 943 votes. Go and vote. Get us up to 1,000 votes for that today. So a draw came in last with 14%. 30% of people think Ipswich Town will win this game. My God, I love their confidence. 56, a big number there. 56% say Manchester United are going to win this game. So time for you in the chat to get your predictions in right now. Give me the two teams in the scoreline. Don't just put the score because then we just get a load of numbers in the chat. It's hard for me to track them. You have got, guys, you've got 24 seconds to get your predictions in. Here comes Ruben Amorim. All the cameras on him today. Predictions in via the chat. Away you go. Right, let's get some of your predictions up on the screen before we start. It is Ipswich versus Manchester United. Get your predictions in as I'm saying them as well. Where do I start? Where do I begin? Here we go, Lee. 3-1 Man United. Same for Kieran. Desmond for Jace. 2-1 Ipswich. Excuse me. Must not drink tea during the spikes. Joshua. Ipswich 2-0. Coop 2-1 Ipswich. Jeff 3-1 Ipswich. Christine and Ipswich win. 2-1 Ipswich. 2-1 Ipswich. You can tell how our audience skews here. Great. 3-1 Man United. 3-2 Ipswich. 3-1 Ipswich. Nil. Effing nil. I'll take nil effing nil, Liam, all day long. Colm 3-1 Man United. Dave 2-1 Ipswich. Well, 30% on the community tab had Ipswich winning. About 50% or more have Ipswich winning in here today. I'll believe it when I see it. Any more? 2-1 Tractors, Greg. I love this confidence for a potential Ipswich win. Let's just do one more like spike, guys, if you would be so kind. Where are we up to on the like count on the video right now? Oh, God, I'm clicking buttons. 34 likes. I need some more thumbs up. Let's do it right now. If you're watching here or on the Blue Monday channel as well, hit the thumbs up button. We call this a like spike. You've got 11 seconds. Go. Well, if all eyes are on Ruben Amorim from a Manchester United point of view, and of course Marcus Rashford, they're all on Liam Delap from an Ipswich Town point of view. He is the hot hand for Ipswich at the moment. We are close to kicking off. Excited. Look, as an Ipswich Town fan, this is just bloody brilliant. 4:30 in the Sky game, the big story. My club are there, and it's just great, isn't it? And they haven't been there for a couple of decades, and it's nice to be back in the big picture. And there is the man who's taken, oh, you tell me, biggest managerial job in world football, Man United? One of them, isn't it? He's in at the deep end. Manchester United during the season as well. Ruben Amorim, his first game today. Let's get the timer up, and we're going to be all ready to kick off very, very imminently. Ipswich Town versus Manchester United. What on earth is about to unfold in the next couple of hours? Be optimistic. Well, I'm optimistic that Ipswich have got a great manager. I'm very proud of this team, and that they won't let themselves down. Fingers crossed. Evans, Casemiro, and Ericsson, indeed, Nick, experienced, but legs. You tell me. I should have hit go on the clock then. We'll do take two. Bosh. There we go. Right, we are up and running. Here for my brother-in-law, Alan, up in Tractor Boy Hem. That's lovely, Ben. Great tribute to your brother-in-law there, Alan, who I didn't know, but I feel I kind of do now. It's lovely. Thank you for that in the comments. Ben, Kayust on the ball for Ipswich. Knocked forward long. I don't know what the wind is like down in Suffolk. I have to say that stadium protects it fairly well. Ipswich, as the ball slid through the middle. Muric out, sort of 40 yards from goal, takes absolutely no chances there and just hooves the ball forward. We'll see whether the wind is going to have any influence on this here game. Onana playing out from the back. Just stroked out into the sort of right wing-back position. Nicely moved, very nicely moved between Diallo and Fernandez. And Diallo's done brilliantly here. Diallo piling into the box, put the cross in low. And less than 2 minutes into Ruben Amorim's Manchester United career, they have taken the lead. They get completely suckered in, Ipswich, on the left wing there. It's brilliant from Diallo with the 1-2. They dive in high up the pitch, completely overcommit there. Ipswich. Diallo powers down at the right-hand side, puts the cross in, and it is stroked in by, I think it was Marcus Rashford, wasn't it, there on the near post. Brilliant start for Amorim. Brilliant start for Manchester United. It's a lovely cross as well. Horrible start for Ipswich. Ipswich 0, Manchester United 1. I mean, it's good quality from Manchester United. It's really bad from Ipswich. I don't know who dives in high up the pitch. Amorim doesn't even react. It's easy gig for him. He's already in front. And yeah, Ipswich just get really suckered in. Swansea 2, Leeds 3 in the Championship as well. Leeds have just taken the lead. And Manchester United take the lead early in this game. Great start for them. Great start for Manchester United and Ruben Amorim. Who was that who dived into the tackle against Diallo? If you dive in that high up, was it Cameron Burgess? I think it might have been. And it completely opened things up at the back there. And Diallo, it's a brilliant run from Diallo. You've got to say he runs way down the pitch, but it's one of those where from the moment he picks it up, there is no way he should be allowed to then dribble right the way down the pitch and put a cross in for Rashford to just tap it in to the back of the net. Did anyone win the golden ticket, by the way? It'll be Rashford 2. God, what did I say? Rashford 5. I should have gone Rashford 2 in the end. Anyone have Rashford 2? I think a few people had 3 in the chat. I don't think anyone would have imagined a goal flying in that early. But that is exactly what has happened here. Let me know in the comments. Closed. Hutchinson dribbling forward for Ipswich. Hutchinson to Morsey. Tempo just slowing down a little bit after that mad start. Anybody, let me know in the chat whether the golden ticket got 1. Diallo thinking he's Ben Doak. No step overs from Diallo. He just sprinted. Yeah, 3-2 leads now in the Championship. Ben won his own beer. I mean, I might have been the closest, mightn't I? Hey? But I'm not a winner. Burgess, Caust. Davis stands up. Diallo tries to put the cross in, wins a corner for Ipswich. Diallo, the key protagonist in this game so far. It is both a great run and pretty bad defending from Ipswich. That's not Diallo's fault. He did his job beautifully well. But it's a corner for Ipswich, which Leif Davis will take left-footed. In comes the cross headed away on the near post. I think by Fernandez, wasn't it? On the near post. We'll see. In comes another cross and headed clear to Zabi. Ipswich, little untidy pass there. It's from Morsey to Zabi. They go backwards, but don't lose that there. Hutchinson has lost it, but at least he got his body goal side and the ball is back with Johnny Evans for Manchester United. Mazraoui, and it goes back to Onana in a goal. How's my throat? I'm doing all right, actually, Scott. And I got through the show last night. I could sing all the bits I was supposed to sing. So we did all right. Here comes Diallo again against Davis. Diallo's had a brilliant start to this game. It's knocked back to Eriksson. Ooh, could have been 2-0 that, couldn't it? Eriksson's got the quality to just sweep that into the corner. Diallo's having a field day down the Ipswich right against Smodics. And, keeper's not getting that, is he? Eriksson certainly a good enough player to just stroke that in the corner. He just misses. And Manchester United could have been 2-0 up. And it's all coming from Diallo against Smodics and Davis down that left-hand side. Hutchinson. Burns. Wing goes across low. Smodics was in the number 9 position there, which he has license to do if he plays off the left, gets into the middle. Not a good finish. Decent cross. All right chance that, I guess, if he can sort his shoulders out there and face up goal a little bit more, can stroke that towards goal. Ipswich won't be judged on games like this. No, but it's one of those, isn't it, where you've got the new manager. there's potential stuff going in Ipswich's favour today, but they've started the game really badly, haven't they? Conceding within 2 minutes. United are beatable. Well, indeed, a long way to go. Agree with those sentiments, of course, in the chat. Keep your comments going. Keep that chat flowing. Brilliant as ever in the chat here. And we're down the Blue Monday podcast feed today as well. Muric, not the most sensible ball. Hutchinson has done incredibly well there to not give that away and turn and feed Wes Burns in. Brilliant play by Amari Hutchinson. Burns fires a decent cross in low. Wes Burns has started the game well down the right-hand side. Smodics was arriving. Delap was arriving. It's really good from Burns. Really good from Hutchinson beforehand. He's not trying to pick anyone out there. Just trying to pick the penalty spot. It's a good cross by Burns there, isn't it? I think the throw is going to be hurled in long here by Jens Kajust. Doesn't get enough distance on that, and it's going to be straight back up for another one. No, he's going to keep it in. But Manchester United are able to just move kind of 10 metres up the pitch. To Anzabi. O'Shea. Hutchinson. I mean, Ipswich had the bulk of the ball, haven't they? 63% possession, but Manchester United have had the two best attacks. And for God's sake, they scored from one of them, didn't they? Garnacho on the left for Manchester United. Knock inside. Darlow. Yeah, Darlow's playing left wing back. I think they had him in at centre back in the projection before the game, Foot Mob. Not the case here. Morsey pokes that away. And Manchester United just getting their first bit of possession. Shrewsbury with the new manager bounce this weekend. New manager bounce of the season, that one, isn't it? Shrewsbury beating Birmingham, for God's sake. Where did that come from? Let us know if you're on the Matt SB channel where we do the League One predictions. If anyone called that, well played. Great shout if you got that one right. Casemiro, Rashford. Morsey wins it off him. O'Shea. Burgess, who I think, if I've got the right player, was guilty of diving in on Diallo there. And yeah, you've got to win the ball if you do that. It's worked out to Burns again. Burns knocks that to the corner of the box. Smodics, great strike. Good save by Onana. Smodics hits it first time. It's going in the corner. It's good from Onana there. Gets down well. Wes Burns has started the game very well for Ipswich. Yeah, to be fair to Onana, it's not quite in the corner. I think it comes a bit off the ball of the ankle from Smodics there. It's a good save by Onana. Smodics had a bit more goal to aim at there. We spoke, Hetcher, about Stevie Cooper pre-kickoff. So if you spool back, which you can do on the stream, we spoke a little bit about Cooper, a bit of a shocker there. Steve Cooper sacked by Leicester. Was it while we were on air or just beforehand, I think, wasn't it? Incredible. Cooper out. Burns. Can't get past Dallow this time. And Evans just stops and knocks it back to Onana. Any prediction for Crewe Port Vale tomorrow? Get in the comments with your Crewe Port Vale predictions. I need to do a bit of research for that one, Ashley, I'm afraid. Well played by O'Shea. Knocks it forward into the wind. I'm guessing it's gusting towards the north stand end of Portman Road, the way the ball held up there. Can someone explain why Jack Clark doesn't play? Thought he was their best player technically. Yeah, Jack Clark's not started that well for Ipswich. Missed a It's a good chance against Everton. Hasn't quite picked up the pattern of play just yet. And Smodics is obviously in that position and scored 3 goals. So, yeah, he just hasn't got the shirt yet. As for him being Ipswich's best player technically, I'm not too sure about that. I know he's got a very good trick of accelerating in off the left and scoring with his right foot, but maybe there are others in the Ipswich squad, maybe Amari Hutchinson, who technically could outshine Jack Clark. But he's on the bench and he's dangerous. As I say, if he can get off that left and shoot with the right foot. Kayust, O'Shea, Morsey, Tuanzebe, Morsey. Sorry, my door is being bombarded by Storm Burt at the moment, if you hear any strange noises. Burgess, Morsey. Manchester United look very counter-attacky, don't they? I mean, it worked a treat for the goal, didn't it? Tuanzebe. Hutchinson. Closed down by Garnacho. Poor ball from O'Shea, and he's knocked it straight out of play. Tuanzebe does the most he's allowed to do to stop the restart there. You can't kick it away these days without getting yellow carded, can you? Stephen, as a Norwich fan, I hope Ipswich win this. We will take your good wishes, Stephen. Thank you very much. Need all the help they can get, given the spend of the respective squads here. But they're peers, these two squads. They're in the same division. Although Ipswich were in League One a couple of seasons back. Mazraoui, Eriksson gives it him back. Evans. Slid up the line, round the corner from Darlow to Garnacho. Garnacho to Diallo, who's been Manchester United's best player in this game. Diallo, as soon as I say that, tries some silly scooped ball with his left foot. Gives it away. And Muric plays it out to Burns, who's been robbed there. Garnacho, Eriksson, Rashford, the goal scorer, Casemiro. Back to Evans. Ipswich in better shape there earlier in that phase. Looked like Manchester United could have worked something. Clipped over the top, given away. Muric has it. Leeds now leading Swansea 3-2, says Paul. Manoa Solomon scored that goal about 10 minutes ago. And Leeds looking like a good win for them if they can hold on. 5 minutes in stoppage time. And Leeds behind twice in that game, actually. So it'll be a really good character building win, because it's probably hammering it down with wind and rain down there. There you go. Blustery, wet and flooding where Dave is. How about that? Still tipping it down here, yeah. Very wild and wet in Bedfordshire where I am. Liam Delap gets ahead on that. Delap has barely touched the ball thus far. Leeds go top, apparently, if they see it through. Yeah, it could be a red letter day for Leeds. Tuanzebe. O'Shea. Morsey. Hutchinson round the corner. Kayus couldn't quite control it. Pinched off him, and he's tripped Casemiro as a result of trying to win that ball back. Manchester United scoring with their first attack in this game from Marcus Rashford. They've then come closest since, actually, haven't they, with Eriksson's shot going around the post. Has been very much Ipswich with the possession. Manchester United counter-attacking, but they've had, scored the goal and had the best chance since. Garnacho's powering away down the left now. It's just flicked over the top for him. Garnacho pops that inside to Fernandez. Garnacho's going to hit the shot right footed. Nice strike by Garnacho. Tries to curl it right foot. It doesn't quite come back enough. Right idea. To be fair to Dara O'Shea, he was fairly well positioned there to stop the curl. It made it too difficult to curl it round him. Got his positioning just right. Headed down by Dallo. Casemiro. Manchester United having a bit more possession now as we come up the midway point in the first half. Evans. De Ligt, who's kicked it out of play, I assume, if someone's down. That someone is Diallo. What happened here then? Oh, ouch. Burgess in a bit strongly. He trod on his foot there. Swansea 3, Leeds 3 in the Championship. A 6th goal at the Swansea.com. Right, here's the goal. I beg your pardon, it was not Cameron Burgess who dived in. I think it was Jens Kajust on Amad Diallo. It's a good cross and an easy finish for Rashford, isn't it? Love Ruben Amorim's non-celebration there. Marcus Rashford did, of course, celebrate. And well he may. Been in the news a lot, Rashford, hasn't he, for going and watching a basketball match. The nerve of the guy. Oh, my goodness me. I think Leeds have scored it again. Swansea 3, Leeds 4. Hell of a game at the Swansea.com. Swansea had just equalised in the 90th minute. And I think Leeds have then immediately made it 4-3. We'll wait for that to be confirmed. I think Leeds have scored the 7th goal in that game. Insane. Dallo, Manchester United feel like they've got a bit more control now. It feels like they just haven't had the ball for a few minutes. We'll just wait for that one to be confirmed. If anyone's got a goal scorer or can confirm that Leeds are 4-3 up and potentially going top of the Championship. Tuan Zabi, Morsey for Ipswich, comes forward down the right-hand side. So you're going to cross it in. Nonto, 90+1, is the Leeds goal scorer. Leeds lead 4-3 at Swansea. Oh, Morsey's in hard there. He's definitely going to get a yellow card for that. Anthony Taylor's shaking his head. Can't believe he's not going to get booked for that. Maybe Taylor was shaking his head in terms of someone asking for a red card. Did Morsey not get booked for that? He's a lucky boy, I tell you. That looked a nailed-on yellow card to me, that one. Mistimed. In a bit strong. Yeah, Nonto with the goal. Gyökeres will be a Man United player in the future. Yeah, Gyökeres, former Coventry striker, was with Ruben Amorim, scoring boatloads of goals. at Sporting. Is it Sporting Lisbon? Just call them Sporting. Tuanzebe from Davis's pass. Delap. Could do with mentioning his name a few more times from an Ipswich point of view. Not been in the game at all, has he, Delap? So far. Tuanzebe. Hutchinson, lovely sidestep to get around Casemiro. Poor ball though by Hutchinson, tried to feed Delap. Gave it away. He's won it back though, Hutchinson. Burns. Burns goes back to Tuanzebe. Hutchinson. Oh, nice little slide in. It's nearly very well worked there to Tuanzebe from Smodics, I think it was. Cross goes in. Corner from Ipswich. It was good. Good play from Ipswich there. Hutchinson at the heart of it. Driving the boys in blue forward. Corner to Ipswich. Leif Davis is going to swing in left-footed from the right-hand side. Goodness me. Most chances created by a defender in the Premier League. Leif Davis by a mile as well. In comes the corner. It's not a good one from Davis. Easy catch by Onana. And they've counter-attacked really well today. And they've quick throw out to Garnacho. Just hold on to the ball for too long. Excellent from Smodics, who chased it back and boots it forward. Not a great ball forward, was it? Onana gathers it again. De Ligt for Manchester United. Great defending. I assume Ben in the chat is talking about Smodics there. He did really well, actually, see a striker running back with a good dribbler like Garnacho, carrying the ball quickly and pinching it off him. I think he got a little bit excited when he thought he could then play the ball back to front and set up a chance as well. But, hey, I think he earned the right to do that with the excellent defending. Sorry, I can't get in the middle of my shot. Let me move my microphone. Does that sound all right, you lot? Thank you for all the support today. Everybody watching, keep the comments coming, keep the thumbs up and all of that good stuff. Excuse me. Thank you to everyone over at Blue Monday as well, watching. We're simulcasting down that channel today also. Given away by Dallo. Burns knocks it back to Burgess, to O'Shea, who goes home to Murich. 25:40 on the clock. Not a great deal in this game, really. Manchester United have had the two bits of quality. Scored one of them. And Eriksson nearly scored the other. I suppose Smodics had that shot, didn't he, that Onana did pretty well to save. Otherwise, all fairly even, isn't it? United look like the same old United to me. They aren't playing a lot of football, are they? No, counter-attacked well, but not really got much control at any point. Strong off the bench, though, weren't they? So if they can keep hold of this lead, you'd imagine they can massage their 11. Ipswich in 1980 beat Man United 6-0 and missed 3 penalties. Imagine that. Gary Bailey, the Manchester United goalkeeper. Remember him? Delap driving forward. Delap's a 50-50 tackle. He's given the foul against Evans. That's what Delap gives you. Monstrous kind of physicality coming forward. Leeds have won 3-4. Swansea 3, Leeds 4 at the top of the Championship. Leeds go top. And they've got 2 points per game. I think that's Enid arriving home. Bless her. No song title. The song titles will go in, I'm sure. Something will appear. Right, free kick to Ipswich. I assume Hutchinson will take this, but I suppose Davis could as well. Onana fixing the wall up. Looks like a better angle for the right foot, doesn't it? Yeah, Davis is not going to take it, is he? He's not stood the way a left footer would, unless they've got some plan to move it across and then he shoots. I think Murray Hutchinson's going to take this. Here he comes. Left-footed straight down the throat of Onana. Beat the wall. Easy save, though, for the Manchester United keeper. It's a shot on target for Ipswich. They've had a couple now, haven't they? 50-50 on the possession. 3 shots to 2 in Manchester United's favour. Although I think there's a bit of a lag on that statistic that hasn't counted that shot just then. Here is Ericsson. Ericsson feeds that out to Dallo. Dallo crosses in, easy catch for Muric. Scott, we've got Burnley and Leeds both away in the same week soon. Nice easy one for Middlesbrough, but they're scoring about 12 goals per game at the moment, so they'd be all right, wouldn't they? Sorry, the old neck's giving me jip today. Brutal. I think 2 fouls there. I think ref was trying to let it go, and he whistled for the second one. Wouldn't be an Ipswich game without Ed Sheeran getting spotted on camera. Sky have found him now. I'm sure they won't leave him alone. Tuan Zabi. Morsey exchanges passes with Caust. Hutchinson comes down the right. Here's Burns, who started the game lively, but he's quietened down. Morsey, O'Shea, Tuan Zabi, Hutchinson. Out it goes. Borough 5 goals a game. Can't wait for the next championship predictions. Well, you know exactly what's happening in the next championship. Who have Middlesbrough got next? Because there might be a 5 after their name from me. Another corner for Ipswich. Which Liam Delap will try and get on the end of. He's got into the game a little bit more in the last 5 minutes. Very quiet first 25. Leif Davis will take the corner. Blackburn. Okay. I can work with this. Davis sticks it to the back stick. Headed back across. Falls to Hutchinson. Shot well blocked. Chance there for Ipswich. The penalty box, as you can imagine, really crowded from the corner. Muric knocks it forward. Smodic is offside, surely, isn't he? Flag stays down. Here's a counter-attack chance. Morsey does really well there because it was Rashford he was up against. Morsey takes every part of that and smashes the ball into the stand. And Rashford up in the air. Good header back across there. He doesn't do a lot wrong, Hutchinson, there with a chance, does he? You hope you can just hit it through someone's legs. It's a good block by Darlow, isn't it? Last 3 games from Middlesbrough. There you go. 4 v QPR, 5 v Luton, 6 v Oxford. So 7 versus Blues. I can't just say 5. Has to be 7, does it? Well, someone's got to say it, haven't they? Leif Davis had just sat down, actually, and he's hobbling, and this could be really bad news for Ipswich. Leif Davis' right ankle is what he was kind of holding. Kieran McKenna's just looking at the replay on the iPad. Oh, maybe it's his shin. He's pulled his sock down. See how bad that one is. What happened? Casemiro just clearing the ball. Leif Davis frankly just runs into him, doesn't he? Gets a clattering on the shin. Ipswich 0, Manchester United 1 in the Premier League here. Looks like Leif Davis. I could say Liam Delap then. Got him on the brain. Leif Davis, who's not Liam Delap, is going to continue. And it's going to be a Manchester United throw. Ipswich players have taken a tactics break there, knowing that the ball was going to be given back to them because Davis obviously kicked it out himself. So he could get treatment on that shin problem. Delap, nice take and little feed through to Smodics. Smodics to Burns. Burns in the box. Burns tries to put the cross in. He's going to get a second go. That's deflected. Hutchinson brings it down edge of the box. Morsey to Burgess. Davis. Poor ball by Davis. Eriksson intercepts. And Fernandez with a beautiful pass to Garnacho. Tuanzebe running with him. Tuanzebe did really well there. Had enough physicality. And Garnacho hits the deck and doesn't get the foul. So Tuanzebe finishes the job as well. And then Hutchinson, unfortunately, runs it out of play. Sebastian, the stream is handy whilst being stuck at work. Well, there you go. We tried to be of service where possible. Onana. Knocked it out to Masraoui. Delict to Evans. Yeah, Tuanzebe did really well there because that's one of those situations where if the player's got legs on you, you've got a big decision to make as to whether you're going in for the tackle and potentially you're denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. And the red card's coming out if you get that wrong. Delict. Referee Taylor stopped the game. He's talking to Morsey and Fernandez, the 2 captains. Asking him to cut something out. I don't know what. Kieran McKenna's having a word with the 4th official as well. Amorim joining in the conflab. Can we stop talking and start playing some football, guys? Be nice, wouldn't it, eh? Little less conversation, little more action, please. Come on, baby, I'm tired of talking. Delict. Mazraoui. Evans knocks it back. Onana gives it him back. Hutchinson triggers a big press there. Ipswich go as a team. The play's been stopped and I have no idea why. Love the Elvis. Nicely done. I'll take it, Christine. I can't sing that, Scott. It's too high. I sing it down 3 octaves, yeah? Right, we've restarted. I guess, did Hutchinson foul his man in the first instance there? Took a while for the decision. Maybe they're waiting to see whether Manchester United kept hold of the ball. I don't know. We've restarted anyway. Tuanzebe gets in front of his man and wins that one. What's this you're saying about VAR, guys? Is the VAR broken? That can't be right. Oh, there's a big diag there. And he's in behind Dallo. Oh, it's a big chance for Manchester United. He should have done way better with that. So is that right? Is that what they're saying on the comms? That there's no VAR? Goodness me. Some people will like that, but you know exactly what will get said if there's a controversial decision that either does or doesn't get given. Well, there's one in the channel. Leif Davis is chasing. Oh, nice feet by Davis. Knocked inside. Delap. Oh, he has to score that. It's a bad miss. Oh, dear. Leif Davis did absolutely brilliant. And Liam Delap should have made it 1-1 there. I think it might have even hit Onana in the face. I don't know how much he knew about the save, but he's got to score that, hasn't he? Massive chance for Ipswich to equalise there. It's only about 6 or 7 yards out, Delap. It shouldn't be hard to find either corner there, and the keeper should have no chance. Should he? He's got to score that, hasn't he? Ipswich's key striker. And the thing with Delap as well is he scored some very difficult chances this season. He actually bust his XG, but that's not going to help, is it? Massive chance for Liam Delap. We still haven't had a replay from Sky. You were telling me in the chat, are you all on the wind-up here? The fire alarm means there's no VAR. That sounds mental. Why would the fire alarm stop the VAR? Ho-hum. Morsey. Caust. O'Shea. Tuanzebe. Hutchinson. I assume they'll get fixed at halftime, will it? Tuanzebe to Morsey. Morsey feeds it into Caust, who hits the shot. Not bad effort over the crossbar. They've got to show us a replay of that Liam Delap chance, which is a big miss, that, wasn't it? Davis does brilliantly. Oh, my God. Hit Onana in the face, didn't it? I thought it did on first watch. Oh, no. He does save it with his hand, but look, Smodix is already celebrating the goal behind him. I cannot believe he hasn't scored that. They had to clear out the VAR room at Stockley Park. Oh, okay. Who set the fire alarm off? Conspiracy theorists ahoy. Morsey, brilliant with the outside of his foot. Caust travels forward really well. Feeds Hutchinson. Hutchinson Poor ball to Burns, but he's got hold of it. Burns to Kehorst. Ipswich probably deserved that equaliser at that point, didn't they? But not to be. Good save by Onana. Delap has to score, though, doesn't he? Here is Hutchinson again. Hutchinson bends a brilliant shot into the top corner. Wow, what a strike. I say, they probably deserve to equalise Ipswich. They have now. It's Manchester United 1, Ipswich 1. Amari Hutchinson pinged one in the top corner. Have that. What a strike by Hutchinson. In off the right-hand side. Look at that. Oh, it gets a deflection, doesn't it? I didn't see that on first call. Maybe that's why the celebration wasn't quite what it could have been. We normally get a back flip. Whose head does that flip off? Is it Mazraoui? Little lucky deflection there. Got a little bit of luck on that. But they made the big chance and didn't take it. And it is 1-1. Don't shoot, you don't score. And Ipswich have been playing well. No backflip from Hutchinson. Was it Mazraoui that flipped up and off and over the keeper? Or was it Dallow? I think it might have been Dallow, actually. Was it 20? Possibly. Little deflection on that. But I think a deserved goal for Ipswich. You've played pretty well in this half, haven't they? Went behind so early. You would have thought it would have been the Delap chance that would have made the equaliser, but they're back level, and it's Ipswich 1, Manchester United 1. Morsey trying to get forward down the right. No backflip, too slippery. Deflection helped. It's still a decent strike. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Happy days indeed. 1-1 as we come up to half time. We'll find out in just a jiffy how much stoppage time there will be. Dara O'Shea thinks that's an Ipswich throw-in. Referee Taylor does not. The fire alarm at Stockley Park thing is not a wind-up. Goodness me. I used to work there. It's where IMG is at Stockley Park. Here comes Ericsson down the left. Good header clear. Burns with a crazy clearance there. Why has he put that there? Left-footed right back into the danger zone. Diallo curls the shot. Easy save by Muric. Crazy place for Burns to put that. Massive throw by Muric to Delap. I think that might be a clever stoppage there from Johnny Evans. Was it Delap's hand that caught him? Delap says, I didn't foul him. I didn't think he did. Oh, no, to be fair, no, he does get the arm in the face. No, so I take that back. I was wrong, Johnny Evans. It's a stoppage. I think it's a foul as well, actually, isn't it? Wolves set the fire alarm off to help Ipswich or Manchester United, depending on how you see it. VAR is back. Just the right time to score. Absolutely. Here's Hutchinson's goal. Again, does really well, spins his man. I do think, I'm being very honest here, I do think the keeper saves that without the deflection, I've got to say. But Ipswich have been pressing, and as I always say about deflected goals, in isolation, they can seem a bit lucky, but if you're forcing teams to be narrow and deep and you're taking shots, then, you know, get a proper contact. Stop the shot is all I say. Onana clears 3 minutes of stoppage time. Well, that's very kind, Dave. Level head honest. That means Dave probably agrees that the keeper's probably saving that shot without the deflection. Onana's playing well, actually, isn't he? He's made two, well, I'll say one excellent save, but Delap should have buried that chance. The other save against Smodics was good without being excellent, wasn't it, in my humble opinion? "30 seconds of first half stoppage time remaining. Ipswich 1, Man United 1. Matsraoui wants to fight with Liam Delap, who's laughing in his face, trying to wind him up, and it worked. Not the most sportsmanlike behaviour from Delap. Amari Hutchinson does tell him, look, mate, leave it alone. Delap on the wind-up. Hutchinson, the cool head there. Oh, it's silly from Delap because he shoved Matsraoui over. He's in the wrong in the first place, isn't he? And he's up in his grill. But hey, all part of the game, isn't it? Is that half-time? No, I think it's just an offside stoppage. Oh, it is half-time. Ipswich 1, Manchester United 1. You tell me in the comments. I think Ipswich have been the better side in that half, haven't they? Manchester United took the lead very, very early before the game had really established any kind of pattern. It's a bit of quality from Diallo, but I think it's Jens Kayust who dives in really when he shouldn't, and it all opens up. Easy finish by Rashford, who scores inside the first 2 minutes. Ipswich had the majority of the ball. United counter-attacked well, though, didn't they? And Christian Eriksen pretty close to making it 2-0. Smodics with a decent effort for Ipswich. Otherwise, I think Ipswich have been a better side since about minute 15, 20, haven't they? Delap should have equalised. Massive chance fed to him by Leif Davis. And then I think Ipswich deserved the goal, but there is a deflection on the shot from Hutchinson, which just helps it up and over Onana. And the United keeper's been really good, hasn't he? Right, that'll do me for first half thoughts. Let me tell you the stats. Pretty even on the possession, 51-49. XG 0.82, but what was that Liam Delap chance? 0.35 of that was for the Liam Delap chance. 0.40 for Manchester United. The goal for Rashford was at 0.27. So what we're saying is outside of the first 2 minutes, Ipswich have created a fair bit and Manchester United haven't. But look, the first 2 minutes of the game existed and Manchester United scored. So I don't want to be that guy who massages the statistics to suit his narrative. 4 shots on target to 3 in Ipswich's favour as well. In fact, they've just updated the possession to 50-50. 2-8 complete passes to 2-3-6. So I assume there's no rounding error on that and we're landing at 50-50. Right. We are, get your comments in, guys. And we are going to take a little break. Go make yourself a cup of tea. I'm going to have a coffee. I've got a smoothie as well in there. That sounds good to me. And we will be back in about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hit like, fill the chat up with comments. Let me set the timer on my phone. And we will be back very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. It's half time in the watch along this afternoon. A rare Sunday afternoon watch along for us today. It will be an infrequent occurrence, but being Ipswich were on, being it was Ipswich Manchester United, being I'm hosting Blue Monday later, it felt the right thing to do. So no hot takes this morning, but we'll be back on the Championship coverage tomorrow. And we'll be doing the predictions with Sam. And it looks like it might be a busy news week as well. Steve Cooper being sacked by Leicester, either slightly before or even during this broadcast. Not much in it at all. Let's look at some comments here. Remember to smash the like button now. Good idea, Eugene. That, yeah. Look for Delap to score now. Should have scored in the first half. What I need to say is I probably owe Delap an apology. I kept saying he has to score. He actually doesn't do that much wrong, and it is actually a really good save. I thought on the first instance that he just hit it straight at Onana, but he does try and lift it. He does try and find the corner. Just the shot there was low into either corner, wasn't it? But it's a good save, and yeah, probably a bit unfair on Delap there. Do you think Wes Burns still doesn't trust his hamstring? I haven't seen him. That's a fair point, that actually. Yeah, you might be right there. Had a good opening 20 minutes, Burns, didn't he? But yeah, he really used to put the afterburners on in the Championship and League One. Bounced back really well from the early setback. Ipswich, yeah, they did, didn't they? I mean, Ericsson could have made it too for Manchester United, couldn't he? But yeah, a nice sense of control from Ipswich. And I mean, look at what we're saying. We're saying Ipswich controlling a team, a game against the club where, the spend is just astronomical in comparison. So, yeah, it was more of a good save than a bad miss. I think, Chris, I think I agree. Yeah, I think I was wrong about that in the first instance. I thought it was a bad miss to begin with. But I think, having just watched 18 replays on Sky as I've brought my coffee through, yeah. Goop, we are looking really good. Keep your powder dry. Stephen, United started brightly. Town got a hold of the game now, worthy of their goal. I agree on all counts. What a game you missed today at Swansea. Yeah, I mean, the plan was always to do this one today, and it's very rare for us to do a Sunday game anyway. So we frankly wouldn't do a Championship game on a Sunday. We're just doing the simulcast here with excuse me, the simulcast here with Blue Monday as well. Fernie, on my way back from Swansea. Well, you've had a lovely afternoon there. Congratulations to the Leeds fans. They're top of the Championship with a late win. Willie Nonto scoring the 7th goal of a game that ended 4-3. Ipswich are playing all right. They're looking... I'm going to say two more because say no more, too much, no more, too much, two more. You know what I'm saying. United were decent for 90 seconds. There's been a couple of decent counter-attacks other than that. But in the main, it has been Ipswich's game, hasn't it? Get your questions in, get your comments in as we head back in towards the second half. Should be starting in the next few minutes. Let us know how your team has got on this weekend. They've been in action. Still a couple to go. What's the Monday night football? Is that West Ham and Newcastle, I think? The OnlyFans. OnlyFans. Let's not promote that particular platform, but the only set of fans who hasn't seen their team play just yet. Watched you the other night with Just Joe. It's good fun. Yeah, always good with Joe on his channel. We always give a little kind of international break roundup there. Max, United sitting deep well in front. More chances for Town to get in behind now. Can't concede again. Yeah, agree with all of that. Kev, really think the game's there for Ipswich to win now. We shall see. The Ipswich women, they're on a hot streak, aren't they? Was that against hashtag? I think that's quite a big win. That one. Lockstar, 0-0 draw at Everton for the Bees. Happy with that. First clean sheet. Brentford don't need to keep clean sheets. Will we see Al Hamadi or is Delap causing too many problems? I very much doubt you'll see Al Hamadi. God, I'd love to see him do something in a game of this magnitude, but I'd imagine McKenna will try and keep Delap in for as long as possible. Of course, George Hurst is out injured now for a while, isn't he? So, yeah, maybe there's a chance you'll see Al Hamadi, but you'd think McKenna's going to want to keep Liam Delap in for as long as is possible in this game. Right, what are we watching along? We put it to the chat, actually. Could be Sunderland, West Brom. We could do Tuesday. We could do Derby, Swansea on Wednesday. Let us know which day you would like us to do. Ruud van Nistelrooy, favourite for the Leicester job. How about that? Leicester sack Steve Cooper. Goodness me. Who'd be a manager? Ruben Amorim. He'll be a manager. He's just come out ready for second half. Desmond, after a 95th minute. Oh, this is the women's game. Okay, team's looking good for another promotion. Mark, I'd sooner see Smolix move into the 9 spot and quite. There you go. Yeah. So there are other solutions. Mildly amusing. Cooper moaning about VAR. Well, everyone moans about VAR, don't they? So I try not to, frankly. Looks like the players are about to come out for the second half. Sunderland and Sheffield United. Kev, we will definitely cover that one on Friday night. And to be honest, it will probably be Derby and Swansea on Wednesday night, I would imagine. We will try and get a look at on the channel. Indeed, who would be a manager, especially mentioning no names there, Dave, under certain types of owners and CEOs. Indeed. Leeds v Luton on Wednesday. Strange with the Cooper sacking is why did they appoint him? Well, without sounding sarcastic, Nick, they had to appoint somebody. Maybe he wasn't really their first choice in the first instance. But weren't Burnley talking to Van Nistelrooy anyway? So he might have been available. So more the question is, if you wanted Van Nistelrooy now, why didn't you want him in the summer if he was available? Right, are you ready, guys, for the second half? We're going to be kicking off very, very soon. But if you can indulge me in a quick like spike before we do so, that'd be great. Hit the thumbs up button. You have got 11 seconds. Go. Thank you all for your support today. And as ever, all your comments, all of your likes, all of your subscriptions. Do all of those things, please. Helps me out massively. 68 likes. Would love to get to 100 likes before the end of this stream. That would be wonderful. And we thank you all again for your support. Away we go in the second half. Ipswich 1, Manchester United 1. Where's this one going then? All is about to be revealed. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining. It's great to be watching the footy with you. Bang through the teams in a sec. Onana's got it at the back for Manchester United. Mazraoui, Liam Delap's best friend from the end of the first half. Rashford, nice little knockoff to Casemiro. Nice ball to Garnacho. Burns, I said Dalot. Dalot, excuse me. Fernandes tries a really clever feed through. It's a brilliant pass by Fernandes. Oh, they've kept it out of the net. I don't know whether it was Muric or the defender on the line there. What a pass by Fernandes there to Garnacho. I didn't even see that one on. Look at that. No looks. Brilliant play by Fernandes. It's a good save by... Oh, that is absolute filth by Fernandes. What a pass. Looking completely the other way whilst dribbling. Splits the defence open. That's the quality he's got. It's a good save by Muric. Brilliant play by Bruno Fernandes there. Cooper definitely wasn't first choice, but it was a rash appointment. That would seem to be the case. There you go. Lampard to Leicester or Coventry. Although, what did someone say? Lampard 7-1 on. So we're expecting an announcement very soon on Lampard to Coventry. It's going to be a busy week, guys. It's going to be a busy one. Diallo. Mazraoui to De Ligt. Diallo. Ericsson. Fair few passes strung together by Manchester United now. Some Foxes shouting for Moyes. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah. Actually, that makes a lot of sense when you spell it out on the page. Morsey. Hutchinson. Kayust. Davis to Hutchinson. And Morsey. Burgess knocks it forward and it's turned over. End it now. I went 1-1 in the prediction league. Do you know what? I would have taken 1-1 before the game. Actually, I said 2-2, so I was thinking a draw. Muric knocks it forward to Burns, who can't gather that together. No winner on the golden ticket earlier in the game. No one had Rashford 2 today. I had Rashford 5. So I was pretty close. That'll roll over to, we think, Wednesday night if we do, is it Derby Swansea? Macca 2-1 Ipswich, and I stand by it. I love it. Mazraoui, nice feed. Diallo to Garnacho. Ericsson. Hutchinson wins it, and then it kind of flies backwards to Burns. Burns has given that one away cheaply. Just straight back to Mazraoui. They're getting a bit of control in this second half, Manchester United, that they didn't really much have in the first half, did they? Seemed to be mainly in the kind of Churchman's half of Portman Road, and it seems to be the same again this half. Whichever team shooting that way seems to have the ascendancy. Burgess knocks that back to Muric to Kayust, who turns and knocks it back to Burgess, back to Muric. Round and round in circles we go. That guy who sits behind you is currently going forward. Get it forward. Stop messing about. We've all got that guy who sits behind us at football, haven't we? Hutchinson foul on the touchline there on Johnny Evans. Manchester United have the ball again. Dave would have Robbins at QPR there. He'll be fairly well sought after, Robbins, after that job he's done at Coventry. Morsey in the centre circle. Hutchinson, Tuanzebe, Morsey. I'll be hosting Blue Monday tonight, guys, at 8:30, not at 8, as is normally the case. That guy. Oh, yes. Plenty of them everywhere. Genuinely, in my season ticket seat, my old season ticket seat at Ipswich, before they built the new press box and I had to move, we'd literally been winning non-stop for 2 years and there was still a guy doing the whole, get it forward, stop messing around. Some people just don't get it, do they? But you're entitled to your opinion, hey. Oh, cross goes in low, deflected. Onana knocks it away. Morsey, edge of the box. Morsey strikes low, deflected. It's going to be a corner. All the Ipswich players holding their heads there. Did it come off an Ipswich player last? Delap did really well in the build-up. He seems destined not to score today, Delap, doesn't he? If he got the last touch on that, I wonder if this is another really good chance. Oh, it is. Little back heel flip by Delap. It's kind of a bit screened by the United defender there. So the hard cam didn't quite catch it. Oh, Anana's played really well, the Man United keeper, hasn't he? Davis sticks the corner in, headed clear. Which says a lot about this game, doesn't it? You're looking at the Man United goalkeeper as the best player on the pitch here, aren't you? Davis wins the throw-in for Ipswich down the left, which I think Kayust is going to hurl into the box. Here comes Kayust then, with the long throw from the left. It's out to Hutchinson, edge of the box. Hutchinson sorts his feet out, or does he? He's lost it. Oh, he didn't want to lose that there. And here come Manchester United Garnacho. He's got Rashford with him. If he can square it up, that is absolutely superb defending by Jens Kayust. Wow. Really sloppy from Ipswich. Hutchinson losing it. It's 2v2. You think Garnacho, if he can just switch it now. Rashford's got a tap in. Brilliant tackle from Kayust. Look at that. In he goes. Bosh. It's more an interception than a tackle, isn't it? But yeah, they're very good on the counter-attack with Fernandez and Garnacho and Rashford. Oh, corner goes short. Muric does well to gather on the near post. Johnny Evans kind of collapsing over the top of him. Muric can be a little bit of a hothead, let's just say, the Ipswich keeper. Don't know whether there's a wind-up attempt there. Kayust. Burgess. Muric given away to Masraoui. Casemiro, good ball. Fernandez. Rashford, Fernandez, good block again. This one by O'Shea. Two very good openings for Manchester United in the last sort of 2 minutes. One was Ipswich's doing, but that was just a bit of quality, wasn't it? Fernandez again. And here come the superstars off the bench. Evans is out. And Casemiro is out. Into the game come Luke Shaw and Manuel Ugarte. I'm guessing Shaw is just going to play wing back. Masraoui still in that spot there at centre back. Diallo. it the same shape? Delict. Someone's got to have tucked in at centre back. It's either Dallo or Shaw, basically. We'll figure it out in a minute. Diallo draws the foul off Davis. Silly one. 56 on the clock. So Ugarte is sat in midfield. They haven't given me the greatest picture of it. I think Luke Shaw might be the inside centre back and Dallo stays at wing back, basically. In which case, they're just two straight swaps. So I've probably made that way more complicated than it needed to be. Right? Not like me. There you go. Look, Scott has just guaranteed that Mason Mount is coming on and scoring the winning goal in this game. Diallo. Davis does what someone should have done in minute 2 and stops him early and higher up the pitch before he can do the damage that he did for the Manchester United goal. Fernandez, he's unlucky there. He's clearly their best player, isn't he, Fernandez? Smooth operator. Smooth operator. There's always a song title. Tuan Zabi, it's gone across to Burgess. Trying to get Leif Davis in behind Diallo. Diallo played that well. Just to be very clear, Cameron Burgess signed from Accrington Stanley. Wes Burns signed from Fleetwood. Brilliant that they're in this game. Absolutely brilliant what's happened to some of these players. As we come up the hour mark, and not only are they peers in terms of being in the same division as Manchester United, but they are peers in the game as well. They are level as things stand. Davis, unforced error there. Lets that run across him. Living the dream, isn't it? I assume Kieran McKenna will go to the bench reasonably soon, depending on what his no doubt meticulous plan says. Delat knocks that off nicely to Morsey, to Kayust. It's a really poor ball by Kayust to put Davis right on the back foot. And Diallo, who's played well, as soon as I say that, gives it away. Kieran McKenna telling Jens Kayus, just calm down. It's all good. Don't rush. Hutchinson holds off Shaw. Excuse me. Yeah, where did Sam Morsey come from? Scott, you know full well where Sam Morsey came from. Tuan Zabi. Hutchinson. I know Manchester United have had a lot of criticism for how they defend and their kind of work ethic. They're snapping into the tackles fairly well at the moment. Closing Ipswich down very nicely. Maka still loving Ipswich being in the game at the 60-minute mark. Very much so. Mazraoui pulls that down nicely. Diallo. Ugarte. Fernandez. Sure, Fernandez. Delict. Trying to impress their new manager. The fresh start paradigm, of course. Apparently, that's why the gym's always full in January, right? And then empty in February again. Morsi is surely fouled there by Garnacho. Just gets his body in the way. Clever. Burgess. O'Shea. Hutchinson tries to spin his man. Just crowded out there by England's Luke Shaw. Ben, would a draw be a good result for Ipswich? I don't know. I'll tell you if they get one, Ewan. Onana. Ipswich closing out. They're playing from the back. Smodic does well. It's going to be Manchester United throw right down in their right back area. Ipswich are pushing into that corner. And Jack Clark is about to come on. Can they get him 1v1 with the inside centre-back, which would be Mazraoui? That will be the game plan, won't it, with Clark? Tuanzebe comes forward. He's been dispossessed, which means there's going to be a big hole at right back. But the ball forward was not a good one. It's a throw-in to Ipswich in front of the Man United fans. Over in the Cobbold stand. Onana. I'll make an educated guess here that Wes Burns will come off. And they'll reshuffle across the front. Hutchinson will go right. Smodic will go in the 10. And Clark will play down the left. Would be my guess. We'll find out. It's well won by O'Shea, who's fouled by Marcus Rashford. Be a free kick to Ipswich. As we come up 65, and the substitute still hasn't been made. That's going to be a double. Jack Taylor is also coming in, I bet, for Jens Kajust. Looks like Hewland and Xerxes are coming in for Manchester United as well, so it's all change everywhere. I got this one wrong. Smodic is coming out, so Clark for Smodic is going to be a straight swap. Kajust we thought would be the midfielder out. And Jack Taylor is going to come in. Clark, former Sunderland player. Taylor, former Peterborough player. And Manchester United haven't quite made their subs yet. Ruben Amorim is very animatedly moving some stuff around on his clipboard. As the players pretend to be interested. Xerxes and Hewland, then it's going to be to come in for Manchester United. Free kick comes in. It's headed sort of towards goal by O'Shea, but just sort of drifts into Onana. Oh, I think Leif Davis is about to get a yellow card. Pretty cynical foul, that one, on Ahmed Diallo. Referee Taylor will do well to keep his cards in his pocket. We've seen plenty of refs give a yellow for that. Oh, Hutchinson's won that right high up off Luke Shaw. Couldn't quite knock it off and find another blue shirt. Still waiting for that Man United substitution. Oh, that's booted forward over the top. And again, they're counter-attacking well. Rashford, O'Shea gets a foot on it, and it's going to be a corner to Manchester United. Xerxes and Hewland then coming in. For Ericsson, by the look of it, and Marcus Rashford, the goal scorer. Straight swaps, I'd imagine. Hewland will go up front and Xerxes will play off the front. Does that mean Fernandes goes into midfield? Also means it's not a straight swap at all, which is what I said. In comes the recycled cross. Muric has dropped it under a bit of pressure. Not the greatest bit of goalkeeping, that. Garnacho to Shaw. Ugarte. Yeah, so Bruno Fernandes now in central midfield with 3 sort of forward players ahead of him. So it's pretty attacking. Xerxes and Hewland with Garnacho. Rashford taken off despite scoring. Oh, Clark nearly pinches that off Mazraoui. And again, it's open for that early ball forward, that early direct ball forward. Hewland tries to put it in to Anzabi, clears Ugarte. Garnacho. It's back with Shaw. Garnacho. That quick counter-attack ball has been working pretty well for Man United, hasn't it? Oh, nice round the corner from Fernandes. Xerxes gives it away. Davis onto Clark. Good hold by Clark. Subs have just upped the intensity of this. That's really good from Delap. Had it played into his feet with about 3 players around him then. Managed to knock it off one of them and win the throw-in. Brian, get Burnley v Coventry on Tuesday. I think I'm doing Wednesday, Brian, not Tuesday. My apologies. Foul in the centre circle, I think by 2 ends. Zabi on Garnacho. Delict takes the free kick. And gets it back. 20 to play, 1-1. Oh, double back heel there between Xerxes and Diallo. Jack Clark will know Diallo well, won't he? Both at Sunderland, I guess, at the same time. That's broken nicely, and Liam Delap can charge forward. Now Delap smashes the shot goalwards. And he had a pass on outside him to the right there, Delap. I know he scored goals this season, just driving at the defence, particularly against Aston Villa and Fulham. But yeah, I think it should have been slipped on to Wes Burns, that one, who did get the assist for the Hutchinson goal. Where's Burns? Liam off to Hull on Wednesday. Yeah, it might be the last team to go up against Tim Volter. He's struggling there in the dugout at the MKM. Thank you, everybody, for all your support today. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, Manchester United, the stats are up here. Second half have had much more control in the second half. Loads more of the possession. De Ligt goes home to Onana. Definitely play a very different game when they've been level, Manchester United, as opposed to when they were leading. Did seem to sit back a lot when they were leading and take the initiative. I suppose it stands to reason, doesn't it? Take the initiative when they've been level. They have not been behind in this game, though, Manchester United, taking the lead after like a minute and 20 seconds or something. Scott, there's another goal in this game. We will see. There you go. Get on that from Brian in midweek. And use my friends over at SBK if you don't mind. 18 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Burgess to Morsey. Taylor to Anzabi. It's a good press of game from Man United. Taylor around the corner. Poor giveaway. Like a foul by Hutchinson there. Referee Taylor lets it go and it's clipped into the channel for Garnacho, who keeps it in. Garnacho, little step over, puts the cross in. Oof. Danger, danger. How am I doing a midweek watch along? We think it's going to be Wednesday night, but we will confirm. Sending you a late winner from Leeds. Gratefully received if one appears. Davis. De Ligt. Sure. De Ligt. Ipswich trying to get the press going, but Manchester United have controlled the second half far more, haven't they? Oh, Xerxes in behind on the right-hand side, but Muric gets across quickly. Muric was a bit silly there. He should have left the second ball on the pitch there. The ball was booted against the linesman. I think it might have hit his radio pack for his microphone. Could have done a classic time waste there, Muric, and just left the second ball on the pitch. And Manchester United wouldn't have been able to take the throw in, but there you go. Adrenaline is flowing. Diallo throws it into Fernandez. Bit of a miscontrol by Clark, but it's a little pull on the shirt by Fernandez. Liam, text me when I next go down to Ipswich, and I'll buy you an Ipswich program. Carbos, thank you so much. I now know him Bergen in Norway because he commented the other day. 100 Norwegian kroner on the super chat. Thank you so much. Very, very kind indeed. You can super chat if you want. No obligation. If you don't know, be so kind as to give us a thumbs up and keep the comments going and hit subscribe and all of that good stuff. All of it helps out. Garnacho. Ugarte. Sure. It's back in the centre circle now. De Ligt. Masraoui. Ugarte. Just starting to mobilise Manchester United, aren't they? Xerxes, edge of the box. Xerxes, I don't know what on earth he's trying there. It's like he's set up for a shot, and then he had the body shape of a cross, but he hit it as hard as you would hit a shot, and the ball just flew over the bar, nowhere near the goal. Ridiculous attempt from Xerxes there. Got all in a mucking fuddle, I think is the politically correct terminology there. Liam, thank you so much. A super chat, £3.50. Thanks so much, Liam. Very, very kind indeed. Thank you for all our super chatters, Carbos, Liam. Greatly appreciated you lot. Garnacho. Dullo tried to poke it back into him. Burns clears his lines. Fernandez. Diallo. Fernandez, little poke forward. He's blocked off there. And it's a free kick in a pretty dangerous looking position. Morsey with the block, we'll call it, on Bruno Fernandes. Who's probably going to take this free kick, isn't he? Nervy moments. What's the worst that could happen? It'll be the right foot of Fernandez, I have no doubt. And he's capable of putting it anywhere he wants in the goal normally, isn't he? Miric is showing him to his left-hand side. One, two, three, 4 steps back from Fernandez. Here he comes. Oh, he's unlucky. It's a good strike, that. He tries to go the other side, which was the more difficult shot. Oh, it's so unlucky, isn't it? God. Really good effort from Fernandez. Beautiful technique. Maybe the keeper's got it covered, but it misses by not a lot. Great strike. 10 to go. Plus stoppage time, of course. Morning, Anthony. Ewan says, for the very big money they've spent, Man United are very ordinary. Yeah. They should still have enough to beat a team who was in League One 2 seasons ago. I can see Connor Chaplin in the background. They're ready to go on. I think whoever asked about Ali Al-Hamadi as well, we are going to see him in the big Premier League game. Al-Hamadi came in as we think a bit of a project signing for Ipswich in January. Some minutes in the Championship. We thought he might go out on loan this season, but they haven't got the numbers in the squad to do that. So it's going to be Al-Hamadi and Chaplin. You just got to love it in these massive Premier League games. Out goes Liam Delap. Ole, ole. And out goes Wes Burns. And I'd imagine Ali Al-Hamadi is going to run around like a madman for about 10 or 12 minutes. Wes Burns out. That was the change I thought they were going to make initially when they took Smodics out. So Chaplin will go into the 10. Al-Hamadi is going to go up top. Hutchinson will go down the right and Clark down the left, I would imagine. Have I had my say on Cooper's sacking? A little bit before the game, Phil, but very surprised. I'm just seeing the Rashford goal earlier in the game. Good from Diallo's point of view, as I said at the time, poor from an Ipswich Town point of view. Hutchinson's equaliser. Eyebrows off Dallo, we think. Onana. One back in the midfield. Morsey's got it. Hutchinson. Tuan Zabi goes home and Muric boots it down the ground. Fernandes in the centre circle. Fernandes again. It's going to be offside, isn't it? Hoyland, no, he's not flagged. Looked offside. Fernandes to Mazraoui. Has added a bit of energy in the press there. Chaplin and Al-Hamadi. Trying to get forward down the left-hand side there. O'Shea smacks it against Garnacho and it runs back to Muric. Tuan Zabi in the channel for Hutchinson. He hasn't got the pace to get round Dallo, though. Oh, Dallo's clearance. Oh, they got a bit lucky there, Manchester United. Mazraoui sweeps it up, and they're on the counter-attack again. Garnacho's trying to find Hoyland. Unlucky. Right idea. Fair play to Ipswich. They're still going for it, aren't they? And leaving some gaps at the back. Tuan Zabi. Morsey. Tuan Zabi. Muric goes long. Parsons just lost its snap a little bit from Ipswich. Chaplin's got on the ball there. Tuan Zabi. Back with Muric again. Struggling to progress the ball forward now, Ipswich. Although that might be a bit better. Out to Burgess with a bit of space at left centre back. Nice ball by Burgess there. Clark ran into traffic there. I was going to say that was poor from Clark. He should have grabbed it and released it. But he did manage to win a free kick. Looked like the wrong decision, didn't it? Wanted to try and drive forward. Here comes Mason Mount off the bench. Manchester United. Going to come in for Garnacho. Whether he'll go like for like or whether he'll drop into midfield and Fernandes will move back forward, we will find out. But we've got an Ipswich attacking set play first, which, of course, Leif Davis will take. Davis out to Clark. Clark to Morsey. Poor ball by Clark, was bouncing. Morsey did well not to give it away. Slid down the line to Hutchinson. Advantage given. It was a foul in the build-up. Hutchinson's trying to beat Matsraoui, who does well to win that. And Manchester United are going to try and counter-attack. It's a good tackle from O'Shea. Fernandez hits the deck. Chaplin's won it back. Chaplin outside of the foot. Cross Clark. Can he bring it down? He can. Clark in the box. Clark knocks it in low. Oh, goodness me. Al Hamadi and Chaplin kind of getting in each other's way, and there's no real firm shot at goal. Clark had done well. Puts the cross over. Neither of them are really wrong there. I think Chaplin's saying to Al Hamadi he's in the way, but the defender would have intercepted the ball if Al Hamadi wasn't in the way. So Morsey, Al Hamadi, something to get a free kick for that. Hoyland. Fernandez in the centre circle. Lifts a lovely little ball over to Garnacho. Tuanzebe's not very tight. Garnacho clips it in. Fernandez chested away and hoofed clear by O'Shea. Al Hamadi battles with Delict and has a pretty good crack at taking on 3 defenders himself. As we head towards the 90. Onana. Shaw. Mount. Oh, poor ball inside. Al Hamadi scoops it up. Morsey. That's given away by Chaplin. Ipswich struggling to keep hold of the ball. Well, for the majority of the second half, actually. 68% possession to Manchester United for the second half when it was 50-50 in the first half. So a pronounced difference there. Hutchinson. Tuanzebe. Going to be an Ipswich throw down the right into the last minute of the 90. 1-1. Rashford and Hutchinson, the scorers in this one. Chapman tries to feed Hutchinson in. Tuanzebe to Hutchinson. Hutchinson crosses deep. Oh, I wondered if it was going to fall to Davis there, but they had enough bodies back, didn't they, on the back stick, Manchester United. And Nana clears. Four minutes of minimum stoppage time have just begun at Portman Road. It's 1-1. Ugarte. Fernandes. Delict. Matsraoui. Fernandes. Tuanzebe steps out and wins it. Morsey. Can Ipswich keep hold of the ball and keep the pressure off? Tuanzebe does well, feeds it forward to Al Hamadi, finds Clark. Horrible first touch by Clark. Flips it up and volleys it across the pitch. Struggled so far in an Ipswich shirt, Jack Clark. Big fan of him as a player, but Not quite lining up yet, is it? Big one forward for Højlund to chase. That is surely a foul. And the throw-in's then taken 10 metres away from... Oh, that's poor from the ref. He's had a good game otherwise. Sure. Ugarte. All the way across to Diallo. Delict. Ugarte. Sure. Ipswich very deep. But happy to let the defensive players be moving the ball around. .92 up on the clock. There's a big dramatic switch of play there out to Diallo. It's a good ball. Diallo now v Leif Davis. Oh, Diallo's run inside the box. There's a big block there. Oh. He was the danger man in the first half, Diallo, and he nearly got the winning goal there. Don't know who made the block, but it was a good one. Mazraoui. Into the channel for Højlund. Good tackle by O'Shea, and it's going to be a corner to Manchester United. As we head into the last remaining minute of stoppage time. 93 up. Fernandes sticks the corner in, easy gathered by Muric, who falls to the deck. And Kieran McKenna says, stop, get up the pitch, and they're going to try and see out this draw. "30 seconds minimum stoppage time to go." Muric takes 100 years to take the goal kick. It's going to cross from Diallo, who's kept it in. 10 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. And there is the final whistle. Ipswich 1, Manchester United 1. Not entirely sure how to summarise that in one pithy sentence. The best player on the pitch was the Man United goalkeeper, Onana, who was very good during the game. Ipswich made 1.75 XG. They had chances to score more than the one goal than they did, and Onana was up to it. I will say in the second half, Manchester United controlled the game a lot more. In the first half, I thought Ipswich were the better side. But look, I'll keep saying it. The context is important. I know they're peers this year, but it's a team that's had billions spent on them against a team that was in League One 2 seasons ago, and didn't look a lot between the two of them, did they? So Ipswich 1, Man United 1. Guys, I am going to call it quits there. A, because I'm hosting Blue Monday at 8:30, and we'll talk more about this later. And B, because I want to put Enid to bed. And if I get out of here in the next few minutes, then I can. So I'm going to say a huge thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you all later for Blue Monday at 8:30 down the Blue Monday channel. Thanks for watching. It was Ipswich 1, Manchester United 1.